Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Zen Lounge. Today, we have another awesome podcast. We have a special guest. We have Kai. He is the co-founder and CEO of onXRP. He's also the creator of XPUNKS. I'm sure you guys have seen those profile pics all over XRP community Twitter. And in this interview, we're going to discuss his background. We're going to discuss XPUNKS and some future plans on building on the XRP ledger and much, much more. So, Kai, welcome to the lounge. I'm really thrilled to have this conversation with you today and learn more about what you're building on the XRP ledger. So, let's first start with your journey. What inspired you to build on the XRP ledger in the first place?
Well, first of all, thank you for the great intro. Lovely to be here, and thanks for the invitation. The reason that we started on the XRP Ledger, it's quite an interesting story. I started holding XRP 2016, 2017. I saw a news item where they transferred, I think it was like 30 or 40 million bucks from the States to Australia or something in that range for a couple cents in a matter of seconds. So I thought, hey, this is interesting. So started educating myself, learning more, getting into the community, and lurking around. And then take it back, if I take it further, like a couple years. I launched a startup 2019 in the Web2 space, a marketplace for small tasks with a focus on students. Built it for a year and a half, brought it to market, didn't really hit off as we hoped. So it was in a bit of a pickle in, was it? No, it was like September 2021. And I just finished my master's and no student loans, no work. So it was kind of broke. And then Bastian, who's also the co-founder of both projects, he invited me to work where he was working, which was the liquor business. Not really my thing, but I needed money. So I went there and on a Thursday, got the job, tested out the product, which were cocktails. So the next day I woke up obviously a little bit hangover, but also with a realization that is not really what I wanted to do, and it felt as failure to again start working for somebody else. Of course, there's nothing wrong with that, but it was not meant for me. So then I was like, okay, how can I change this? And I remember that Ripple announced a 250 million creator fund for creators of NFTs and projects to boost the ecosystem. And NFTs weren't there yet. So I thought, like, how can we capitalize on that? How can we be a first mover in this new emerging market on one of the largest chains out there and one of the oldest? So then I had an idea to issue 5,000 tokens, XPUNK tokens, of which zero point 0.5 token would get you an NFT as soon as NFTs were going to be live. And then I started going through this process of issuing a token that costed 60 XRP at that time. So I went to my lovely girlfriend and asked if I could borrow $100 to do that because I just didn't have the money to do that at that point. And brought it to market, issued a token, created a Twitter account, and within hours we had a couple thousand followers on Twitter. Just went completely nuts. 24 hours in, we had a market cap of about 12 million. And then we just started building ever since.
Wow, man, that's an incredible story. That's a incredible journey that you went on. And I remember I was part of, I've seen you guys pop out and grow and create massive noise. And I think it's great that you built this and you're actually part of the XRP culture. You're part of the XRP community. You're holding XRP. And I really think it must be a surreal feeling, going from an XRP holder. And, I've watched you speak on stage at Apex. I've seen David Schwartz mention you guys. I've seen all the top XRP content creators rocking your NFTs. And you even been hand selected for this Ripple Creator Fund. It must be pretty exciting, huh?
Yeah, it's still unreal. Definitely when I look throughout it, like when I think about this story that we've had over the past year and a half, and where we came from, all of us, none of us expected this to happen. But all of us will nurture this till the end of times.
Well, I think this is kind of like the reaction of when you're, following your heart and chasing your dreams. These type of things happen, so it doesn't surprise me at all. And you guys really seem like you have your heart in it. And you already touched on a little bit, but my next question was going to be to go into the XPUX projects, the origins, and I think that's a good place to really get started with your projects.
Yeah, definitely. So we launched the token. And that was greatly recepted throughout the entire community. Other people saw an opportunity as well, start issuing IOUs. I think at peak we had about 300 projects on the XRPL that were following this newly introduced standard. I don't know if you could call it a standard, but it was something new and everybody was using it. And then about 3.5 weeks in, I said to the community, because our price was trading around 2,000 XRP, I believe, per token. And then I told to the community when I was completely sleep deprived of these 3.5 weeks of grinding 20 hours a day, I said, if our token ever reaches 10K per token, I'll get the Bradley Punk House, which is this guy, tattooed on my arm. And then coincidentally, the next day, Ripple announced us in their quarterly report saying there's NFTs happening, and our token price jumped to 20,000 per token. So the day after, I got this baby. And then, yeah, after that, it was just continuous building, growing the community, listening to the community. And what we saw happening around, late November, early December, 2021, we saw that there were still a lot of rug pulls happening because issuing a token with a future promise based on the technology that isn't there, it's quite easy to scam people. So we thought, what if we create a safer environment for both holders of projects and also project owners to come together to trade these tokens? And that's the origin of onXRP. We created a DEX that was curated by a set of listing requirements we set up together with the community, along with a KYC check. And all these projects could apply to be listed on this DEX. Still live at dex.onxrp.com. And that was basically the start of onXRP. And we created further, we saw another thing that was, in our opinion, a problem is the lack of education. Information around the XRPL was quite scattered around the internet. And we thought, what if we create a content platform where all this information is gathered so people can read up onto it? So that was the start of the Telegraph that we have. And then it was January or February 2022 when we thought, hey, there's not going to be any single marketplace that is crazy enough to offer, 300 different currencies of minting. So we thought, what if we create a marketplace along with a launchpad where all these tokens could be redeemed for NFTs? And that's when we started building the marketplace out. And going through this, very excited journey. Around the same time, we also received a creator fund from Ripple, which got us to build out Eden, which is going to be a gaming metaverse. The reveal is actually starting this Saturday, the 15th of July. So it's going to be a very interesting period. People have been waiting for a year and a half. And then, started building the marketplace. And then around, I think it was November 1st, 2022, when XLS20 went finally live, there were a couple of hiccups along the way. It got postponed a couple times, but then it finally launched November. We launched the marketplace. We launched the XPUNKS, finally minted them, and that was another great milestone in our journey. And proud to say that our marketplace has always remained the #1 spot in regards to volume. And same goes for XPUNKS.
Yeah, I believe XPUNKS is the #1 NFT project as far as volume.
Sorry, the connection lagged there a little bit.
Oh, I was gonna say, I believe your XPUNKS project is the #1 NFT project by volume on the XRP ledger, correct?
Yeah, I think we do about, I can't say the figures now without being completely correct, but we do a good chunk of volume.
It's like the millions, I think.
Currently, we passed the 4 million XRP mark in secondary volume. Yeah.
So you guys basically pioneered this method of using IOU tokens to basically burn to mint NFTs. That was basically you guys pioneering that. And I think that is a great example of the utility of NFT, the utility of the XRP ledger. And I remember that time period in XRP community got so many people to download Zum Wallet and to actually, so many people just held XRP in their ledger accounts or on a centralized exchange. And then there was this big craze happening. A lot of people who got it was airdropped, right, for free.
Yeah. 40% of the supply was airdrop for free. And yeah, when you say with the Zoom downloads, it's actually funny when you see the trend of the downloads after we launched the first month. I believe that the total downloads almost doubled. So yeah, people definitely saw an opportunity, and it's quite interesting to see is that the XRPL is made for the tokenization of assets, and we actually tokenized NFTs before they were actual NFTs.
Yeah, I remember hearing stories about people who got how much was airdrop, like point 0.1 or point 0.2 XPUNKs per trust line. I would hear stories about someone who thought they made out. They're like, I got this airdrop and I sold it for 1,000 XRP. And then they had like it was like that, not
Yeah.
actually suicide, but they all sell 10, 20,000, crazy. And after that, everybody was looking for, the next XPunks token. Everybody was signing up for every single trust line. It was wild times back then. I
Yeah,
didn't know it went
it
all the
was.
way to, you said went up to 10,000 or 20,000 10,000
Uh,
XP.
no, it went up to 20,000 XRP.
Oh
Well,
my
XRP
gosh.
was slightly above a dollar. Yeah, and the actual first airdrop of the first 1,000 trust lines, they all got one token, one full token.
Oh, one full token. So
Yeah,
they would have just held
yeah.
had diamond hands, they would have made out. But then I'm
We've
sure a
heard.
lot of people really held all the way through and made it all the way till XLS20 and
Yeah,
converted their tokens to an actual XPunk. That's pretty sweet.
yeah,
That
it's
kind of shows
awesome.
you like if someone did that, they held that token all the way to 20,000 and they held it for that. That shows that people really care about this profile picture collection, in my opinion.
Definitely. No, we have an amazing community. Without the community, we have definitely could not have come this far. We're literally all building together in this endless feedback cycle. The community tells us what we want. At the end, we're also part of the community. We're just steering the ship for everyone based on the feedback we get from the community. And it's this amazing synergy. And I wouldn't trade it for the world.
So I know there's a secondary market going on, but can new people still go through this method of getting an IOU token and going through the process of burning and mint and mint and mint and mint?
Yeah. We the token is still freely traded on the XPL DEX. We have an interface at dex.onxrp.com where you can buy the token from the open market, and then you can mint it still through a launchpad. 0.5 token. I think it's currently trading at 3,000 per token. So one mint would be about 1,500 XRP.
Sweet. And I see you have merch. How then is like where would be the next step for the community member? Do you guys have like an active Discord or Telegram? Like how does someone in this Viber XRP community?
Yeah, we have a very vibrant Discord. It's always very active. I believe there's currently about 20,000 people in there. Obviously, not everybody speaks. I think there's about 200 active community members on a daily basis. Great numbers still. I love that, especially in this market.
The collection itself is a 10,000 piece collection. Do you know how many more you have to mint?
I believe we're about 70% in.
70%. Well, they'll for sure be gone probably by the bull market unless people just refuse to let go of those IOU tokens unless those the last few will probably go for very high numbers, I'm thinking.
Could be, yeah. We
Or maybe
no, we
maybe people will never ever let those, it'll be like a souvenir.
Yeah, so
But
the thing is, we talk to people like, why would you hold on to the token, you know? But at the end, it's basically you could see it as an unopened package of Pokemon cards. It's very excited because you don't know what you're gonna get, and other people still want to give it a try. You know, all these boosters from back in the days, from the first series, they still are being held by people. It's yeah, it's fun.
and you guys are actively expanding this collection. I believe you had another airdrop for the holders for another collection. Is that true?
Yeah, so what we did is we wanted to go away from the IOUs as much as possible because we just want the collection minted out, of course. So what we did is we told our community, everybody that mints the first 2 weeks of the XLS20 launch, they get to claim a free XPUNK NFT per XPUNK they mint. So we introduced that also for free. And yeah, after a period of time, that mint was cut off, and I believe about 4,700 were claimed.
Sweet. So later on in the show, I do want to do a walkthrough, and you can show us all the cool features of the onXRP marketplace. So the XPunks, if I'm correct, powered the creation of your NFT interface to the XRP ledger. Uh, are you excited about how many projects are minting on your onXRP platform? Tell us more about the actual marketplace. One of the things I really respected about what you guys did was there were some bad actors who mint it, and you guys basically have a good police measure in place to, warn communities. And I think you guys even contacted people that could take action against bad actors. So I think it's going to be a good safety zone for NFT projects in the future, especially because, what you mentioned, there was a lot of rug pulls in the early days. And I think that you guys have firsthand experience on how to protect the community. So yeah, let's talk about the onXRP project and the development and everything that you're excited about.
Yeah, currently, yeah, the onXRP marketplace is thriving. We're very happy at where we stand. In the beginning, it was not. We made a lot of mistakes. I have to admit that, especially in the first 2 months of launch, and that got us a realization. It's like we have to do this again, but better. So I think about one month or 1.5 months in, we thought like, hey, we're just gonna do a complete rebrand. We're gonna redo the UI. We're gonna redo the backend with new developers. And I think it was a great decision. The first platform was not great. Second platform, as it is now, very happy about it. And again, we just gathered a lot of feedback from the community, from the people that are buying and selling NFTs, from the people that are using our platform on a daily basis to make sure that their needs are heard and listened to and also implemented in regards to the entire process. And along with that, we created a full, mobile, good responsive mobile design that makes sense. So people know their way around without, us having to explain how to do it, basically.
Sweet. Yeah. I think that I read a recent report from Ripple X that it's top three marketplaces. So that's something to be very proud about. Congratulations on your
Thank you.
success. I just did an interview with Craig DeWitt from Super Mojo,
Oh, nice. Yeah.
and he
Greg is
totally
great.
lit up when I brought your name up. And he's creating a bunch of solutions. And I believe, I don't know if we could talk about it, but there's some type of deal going on with you guys. Do you think Supermojo's solutions to make NFTs easier is going to help a platform like yours?
Yeah, definitely. No, I think what Craig built out with his team is great because it is for many newcomers in the space, it is a barrier to set up a wallet, regardless of how easy or safe that wallet is. So if you can remove that barrier along with the barrier of having to unbrand crypto, then you take away two big barriers. And the only thing they have to do is basically this Web2 flow that they're already familiar with in games or any kind of collectibles or products you buy online. You just give your cell phone, you sign in, you pay by credit card. And then if you want to have to self-custody, you can do that by sending it to your Zone wallet. And then you could trade it on the secondary market. So no, I think their solution is great. I'm very excited for the future of Supermojo.
Is there like a timeline on this partnership being enabled? Do you have any hints on that?
No, not currently, sadly.
So, XRPL, it's still in its infancy. There's still a lot of hurdles happening. Besides Supermojo, what else do you think needs to happen to see volume start to increase in NFTs and the XRP ledger, more adoption? Is there anything else that you think that needs to happen to see a influx?
Well, I think that the XPL is going through this this stages that most ecosystems goes through, like you first experience massive growth, and many of the people and projects building on that ecosystem cannot handle such instant massive growth because the right tools are not built out yet, the platforms are not battle tested, so it takes time. So then you'll see the curve going down again, and then there is development activity is growing, projects are coming, people are knowing of the fact that XRPL has NFTs, which is also a very important factor. And you see growth happening, especially with projects and developer tools and all that, which creates the ecosystem at large. So I think that the current pace we're going for is good. Is good. I also think that we were very unlucky with the launch of XLS20 in regards to timing, because I think 2 days later FTX happened.
Right,
And that,
right.
yeah, that was just peak bear market. So what I'm most excited about is that now we have this, yeah, builders market going through this cycle that most ecosystems go through, where stuff is being built out, and then when there is a bull market, we are ready. So it's lucky, but also not lucky. So there's multiple factors, but overall I'm very bullish on everything XPL.
You make up a great point. I didn't even connect those dots that XLS20 was launched basically at the bottom of the market. And on top of that, we also have the SEC lawsuit. So it's like it's really amazing at what we've been able to accomplish as, the XRP Army XRP community with all these hurdles, and this technology hasn't had everything needed to truly shine. So I think you're right, with all the building happening, all the new developments, XLS 30 coming, everything that's coming. It's going to be exciting to see what happens when the bull market is ignited, which I think is going to happen very, very soon, according to my thesis. Let's talk more about your ecosystem, because you guys do have a full ecosystem and you do have your own token. I believe it's like OXRP. And can you tell us more
OXP.
about
OXP.
OXP?
Yeah.
OXP token, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, the OXP token. Can you tell us more about the utility of this token, its purpose, its role in the ecosystem, and then the tokenomics of the token?
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, the OXP token is basically the utility token for the onXRP ecosystem. And we utilize it in different ways. For example, it is being used now as a payment method on the marketplace. We have built out a game called the Melodroids, which is currently a little bit on hold. Development still going through, but that is being used there as like a staking token, but not like the Web3 kind of staking, but more as you're in a match with 10 people, everybody puts OXP as a stake, and then the first person who reaches the end of this obstacle run wins the entire pool. Basically, that's the idea. We've gone to market, had great reception, gathered feedback, implemented that feedback, and currently, still working things out. Not on the pace that we wanted to, because also we're in a bear market. We cannot just put endless resources into one product. It is there. It is still being worked on, just on a slower pace. But I'm very excited for when we can go to the next stage. We released as an alpha. Hopefully we can go into a beta soon. That's another form of utility. We also buy back OXP tokens on the open market based on the volume. Based on the transaction fees we collect as a marketplace. So basically every fees that are collected through the broker wallet, 10% of that is being used each month to buy back these tokens from the open market.
Wow.
Then additionally of that, we have the OXP Platinum program. So that means you hold 10,000 OXP, you're seen as Platinum on the onXRP marketplace. And it means that you get 50% of trading fees. You'll get whitelists for new projects that apply for that. And that's also been greatly receptive. There's been a couple free mints also for onXRP Platinum holders. And we intend to utilize the OXP token more and more into the marketplace in a way that it works as a deflationary asset, but also creates this circular economy. Because I feel like that lots of tokens lack that circular economy effect, where it is purely inflationary, because there's more tokens being brought out, but how does it go back? So that circle is what we're currently trying to fix. And we're working out an idea that I'm quite bullish on, that I cannot really disclose yet. But I think that will definitely bring in more demand and creates this more synergetic ecosystem when it comes to the token being used on the NFT side.
And what is the maximum supply of this token?
250 million.
Wow, that's pretty nice. Pretty nice. So, we did have some plans to talk about some top secret alpha during this. We had to delay that a little bit, but is there anything you could disclose, any hints that you could share with us about what you're building in the shadows over the past year? And I know it's actually backed by the Ripple Creator Fund. So you're going to be going on a full campaign. I think you said about 2 weeks from now to start sharing and disclosing this alpha that we're going to talk about a little bit today. Can you give us some hints?
Yeah, I'll give you a couple hints. When is this going to be released?
Tomorrow.
Okay.
But tomorrow, people won't understand that tomorrow is July 13th, 2023.
Awesome. Okay, so
Thursday.
then
Ripple loves Thursdays, so it's gonna be released on a Thursday.
so 2 days after is the first reveal. So Eden is something different. So we saw what was happening throughout the entire Web3 gaming industry, but also in regards to like the metaverse industry, and we thought that there were a couple gaps to fill. And those gaps are mostly like, how do you retain users? It's you can build this amazing world in the best graphics possible, but how you're going to capture them to come back? Because if you are building out these metaverses and art galleries in super high definition, it's amazing to walk through it, to respect what these builders have built, but you're not going to be coming back to just look at the world, so we thought, like, what if we create a metaverse, but also create something with that where it retains the users, where you actually create something that is fun to play. So we looked at the best elements of metaverses, and we looked at the best elements of Web2 games, because there's not many Web3 games that actually capture users and especially capture Web2 gamers. So we created there's two elements. So I'll give you some alpha. There's two elements. You have the metaverse area and you have the gaming area. The gaming area is going to be more of a wasteland setting, and the metaverse area is more going to be of like the city. But we're not dependent of outside developers or game creators to build out everything themselves. No, we already built the infrastructure, we built the landscape, and we built the game. And in the city, you don't have, if you have your plot of land or whatsoever, you don't have this empty space. You have something that creates utility for the gaming experience. So we really went to go for a Web2 based game with a Web3 integration where it makes sense.
And I think I listened to one of your podcasts from back in the day. You're a gamer at heart, correct? Like this
Yeah,
is part of your one of your passions.
definitely. Yeah, that was since I was probably like 5 or 6, started grabbing the Game Boy Color.
Oh, Game Boy Color. Yeah, I used to play Pokemon on Game Boy. I heard you bring up Pokemon earlier, Pokemon cards. Wow, that's really amazing. So you guys are building a metaverse within the XRPL. That's going to be super exciting. Uh, Next, I think it will be cool to go through your platform and show everybody like how to maneuver it for the new
Yeah,
people just
sure.
learning about it. But let's talk about this real quick. What do you think, from your perspective as an expert, is the future direction of NFTs? I think I heard you talk about potentially music and other things. Like, where do you think this technology is going?
So there are several target groups where NFTs are for. You can basically split it among like institutional and retail, same as with almost all product related things. And yeah, if you go more into the institutional side or corporate side or however you want to frame it, you'll be looking at like the tokenization of real estate. I believe that Ripple made an announcement that they're going to be going full into that. I think it was like last week, which is an amazing case. Imagine you'll be able to buy a property with your friends without having to go through all this entire contracts and all these dependencies, but you can just buy and sell. That is the true dream. I'm not sure if it would be able to in regards to regulation. It will probably be like cut off to a certain group of people, but still it would make it easier, cheaper, more efficient, which is awesome. Music, the way how royalties currently are being done is not very transparent. Like, it's quite often that these music studios lose big chunks of money, and I lose. So the transparency of the transparency of seeing these payments flows throughout, a public ledger, that will open up a lot of possibilities for artists, but also the fact that you can automate these royalties also on future resale or anything. So I think that's a very interesting side. On the community side that we are involved in, and especially that we're already known in, all of us, is that I think that the stage of going to Fiverr and asking someone to make an NFT series and promising all these utilities and things and then not really making promises. That I think that stage is done. I really hope it is done. And I think there's going to be a couple major directions. One is obviously gaming, which is where we're going headfirst into. Big believer in it, being able to own your assets, extract them, use them in other games, being able other games to read those assets based on the metadata, creating stuff in that, creating this entire cohesive ecosystem that gamers want. They just don't really know it yet. I think that is obviously, that's what I'm the most bullish on. But then you also have the other side, which is IP. For example, Pudgy Penguins is doing it brilliantly. I've a lot of respect for what Luca Nets is doing with Pudgy Penguins. They license the IP from the holders and then make the physical toys out of it, selling it to actual Web2 people. And I think they just did a sale a couple of days ago, and they sold out in 3 seconds. And they sold, I think, about 300K worth of toys, which is awesome. There is actual appetite. They built this great IP that is accessible for most people, including kids. And then you also have more of the actual, how do you say that, exclusive community type, like Soho House kind of vibes, but then with communities. For example, D-Gods. What Frank is doing is also brilliant, creating this community of like-minded individuals and using the NFTs as an access pass to either network, leisure, or just feel at home, and building out things. For example, they bought a basketball team, and their community now basically owns a basketball team and they can all go into the stadium. So I think those three narratives are what's going to make NFTs go through mass adoption, because those are things that we are already familiar with. Those are not two technical things that only solve problems for other Web3 related products, but actually have an impact in the Web2 lifestyle.
So I should ask more questions about the metaverse project. So is that kind of the direction where an NFT will represent a plot of land in this metaverse?
What do you mean?
The metaverse that you're creating, will there be like NFT plots of land that people could have ownership within the metaverse?
Perhaps.
Perhaps. Or you can't talk about
Perhaps.
that yet.
No.
Oh, jumped the
No,
gun.
but it's okay. It's
So
okay.
about this metaverse, is it going to be like a exclusive thing for XPUNKS
No.
holders, or is it welcome for everybody?
No, definitely welcome for everyone. We want to use Eden in a numerous way. One way is also to create actual exposure and a lot of exposure for the Xbox community. And you cannot do that when you create a closed ecosystem. So our holders are going to be the ones benefiting of all these people playing in this game. I think that is the most important element. But we don't want to use it as an access pass to this new world we've created, because at the end we also want to create a sustainable business. Without us having to constantly sell things to our own community. No, we want to sell things to outsiders, people that are outside of our community, that want to join it and want to play this awesome game that we created. Basically the Web2 way. And I think that is important, to create an open ecosystem that everybody can enjoy. And especially, aim for Web2 gamers. So we also build it in a way that you don't need to have a wallet to play the game. You just download it on your PC, set up your account Web2 way, and you're in, And if you want to extract your assets, you can, and it will be minted on the spot. And then you can take it into your wallet. If you want to bring your assets into the game, you burn them, the game reads it, that's it.
So I think you gave some hints that there's going to be some extra utility coming to the XPUNKS holders, but let's not reveal too much and allow.
Yeah, I can say a little bit, and that is basically that, not necessarily, but you could see holding an XPunk more as a form of a battle pass kind of thing. We'll be putting out more benefits, and then in V2, that's when the XPunk world will actually become a thing.
Oh wow. So yeah, I enabled your ability to share the screen. So if you're open to it, we could do a quick walkthrough of your platform, so someone new could easily find their way around everything. And
yeah, if you don't mind you sharing your screen, because we have some quite hefty security rules in our company. We cannot just share our screens on
okay.
public.
Maybe 1 second.
Where's
Okay. Okay, so I went to onXRP.com. Right here we have the NFT marketplace. We have the trade, Telegraph. This is the content. Where should we go first?
Yeah, let's go to the NFT marketplace, our flagship product.
The largest XRP ledger NFT marketplace. Buy, sell, mint, and trade non-fungible digital assets. This is that Unipunks, the airdrop you were talking about. This is XPunks. So it's cheaper to get one off the secondary markets, huh? About a
Yeah,
1100 floor.
yeah. People want to get the rare ones, of course.
Right, right. So this is where you'd get an XPunk. You click on this and go through the process. Where should we go next? So this is you have like the collections, all the top collections.
Yeah, if you go to statistics, you can see the lifetime statistics that happened since our launch. Top right in the navigation bar. Yeah, you could also check this, by the way. Yeah, this is also fine.
Oh, there it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4 million in volume. And this is just the secondary, correct?
Yeah, and this is only just throughout the onXP marketplace. There's also other marketplaces where it was traded. That is not here. So our actual volume is a little bit higher.
So this is like your launch pad showing upcoming mints.
Yeah, and also active ones. We had a good drop yesterday with Dreamers by Revellers. Here you see art artwork is honestly amazing. I think it's really well done.
I like their entry point. It was doable for everybody to get an NFT. I think that's
Yeah,
important. Some people then we have the DEX right here, so decentralized exchange, where you could basically get the OXP tokens, trade it with XRP. It's pretty exciting. And then I guess last thing would be the Telegraph. So what is this?
yeah. This is basically the content hub full of educational articles that we release. The last few weeks we've been exploring also a little bit the Bitcoin ecosystem because I find it personally very interesting on how a couple people basically hacked it in order to inscribe NFTs on chain called ordinals. So I've been covering that a little bit, but also we have a whole dedicated section about the XPL. I think if you go down a little bit, XPL technical articles here, we really dive into some really interesting stuff in regards to the technical side.
One thing I didn't think about talking about is these platforms aren't just for like anybody could access this platform and start minting their own art,
Yeah,
correct? And they could list their own NFT collection, and
yeah.
that process is a pretty. You have how-to guides on how to do that.
Yeah, like you can see it here. it's
Yeah.
it, no, it's super straightforward. We also have videos on YouTube to show you. It is if you're a collection owner that is not minted through us, all you have to do is sign in with your issuer wallet, go to your collection page, and then click Added Collection. By logging in with your issuer wallet, it's automatically aggregating all your NFTs on chain. So then you have your collection page could already be traded, but then you obviously want to make it pretty with a nice bio. You want to have your social links, profile picture, banner. Yeah, within 2 minutes, you can be done.
Then you have how-to videos on XRP TV with
Yeah.
podcasts, how-to education. Yeah, you guys got everything. So make sure to check out onXRP.com. In the description below, I'll put a link to the Discord community and put a bunch of links for you guys to find all the access points to this ecosystem. And any last words you'd like to share with your community? And I'm sure some of them are going to be watching this video, and also the audience that's listening in.
Yeah, no, so I think that the timing of this podcast, if you're watching, couldn't be better because we're about to release all our big things in the next couple of weeks that people have been waiting for a year and a half without us telling anything. So we probably have the most loyal community, which is a complete blessing. They just trusted us. We never released anything about Eden. I'll probably said more on this podcast than I said in the last year and a half. So no, the most exciting things are to come. We have a very welcoming community, so definitely check it out.
I want to
And
add
we
this in
we
too.
have
I think you're a true testament of someone who chased their dreams and living their passion. So, what could you say to all the dreamers out there listening in?
just do it. It's it is not a matter of like everybody can have an idea. Everybody has ideas about everything, but it's about the execution. You just got to do it. You just got to start, and along the way, it starts making sense what you're actually doing. So it all starts with, if you want to build a business, it all starts with actually putting it on paper and contacting your first customers, and then you get feedback, and then you start building this out. So it all just literally, it sounds like a super cliche, but it all starts by just actually starting, and then everything falls in place.
I agree. Well, it was an honor to have you on the show. You're welcome back anytime to share upcoming announcements. And I really look forward to learning about your community and learning about this platform. I'm very excited for what you guys are doing for the XRPL community, and you guys are bringing utility. So I'm super thankful. And yeah, peace, everybody. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye
Thanks for
bye.
having me.